Attention, attention. Due to COVID-19, please practice social distancing. Back up before I act up. Let's go.
Came through drippin', came through drippin', came through drippin'. Let's talk about the ecosystem.
You know, Mobile Melody is all about bringing back that feeling of riding in a car with the homies, having in-depth conversations, and listening to dope music. And today, we have another dope artist with us, Mr. Jaffee Judah. How you living, brother?
All is well, brother.
Good, man. Well, I appreciate you having us here. Let's just get straight to it, man.
Came through drippin'. Let's talk about plant-based living. Yo, innovative. Dr. CB, what a love to hatred. This hill hop, quarantine, any pill pop. Lean sippers call it hip hop. Your cortex is pure flex and it's obvious.
My sex drive is a pop truck.
4 liters. Only time we pass a double cup is like 2 wins with 4 liters.
Who is Jaffee Judah?
Man, who am I? I'm a child of God. I came from the east side, and I am a artist, as well as community organizer, as well as an author, podcaster. I'm a man of many talents, but overall, man, I'm just a natural born hustler, you know, who came from humble beginnings and is going towards the sky and it's all its, limits.
Dig that. Well, man, we are here in King Cameo's barbershop inside the Duchess Studios on Buchanan. So appreciate you bringing us down here. Now, I know that this is a black-owned spot, so that brings me to a question about the black dollar. It said that once the black dollar comes into our community, it's just right out the door immediately and it's spent elsewhere. Do you believe in that quote, and what are some things we can do to make the black dollar stronger within our community?
Yeah, that's definitely true. Is it true that the black dollar does not live in the black community that long? That is true. And the way that we see that is through, like, when you see neighborhoods that have corner stores that are owned by the, Arabs or Chinese or Jamaicans, but more so Arabs, Chinese, wherever they coming from, these other countries, more so Arabs, Chinese. The Jamaicans don't count because they black, So Arabs and, when you see them at the corner stores and you shopping with them, the dollar has just left. Or when you see people in the community and it's not necessarily a corner store, it could be a type of fashion or a type of clothing. Instead of you shopping with a black-owned designer, people choose to shop with Nike or Reebok, so on and so forth. So the point is, the way that the black dollar becomes stronger is not only creating our own infrastructures that will receive and also produce more black dollars, but it's also creating those other leaders with skills that will produce those infrastructures. It's on one level we need the infrastructures, but on another level we need the education, to be aware and to be motivated to even create a better future when it comes to the black dollar.
Now, you do a lot of things, and one of the things is your philanthropist work, sort of like a street hero, so to speak. So is that something that has always been a part of you, or was this more like a calling for you?
It's not something I always had a passion for, and it's the question, like, when you said it's the question, have I always had a passion to be in the community?
Yeah.
No, I haven't always had a passion to be in the community, man. At one point of my life when I was younger, I feel like violence was more fun. So I feel like violence was fun because it was cheap. I ain't had no money. And when you ain't got money, what you do, you find stuff to either make money or something to, either you find something to do to make money or you find something to do to with your time, that may not include money. So I haven't been a person that's always been in my community and for my people. That was a level of growth and that was a level of knowledge of self that I had to obtain in order to be the person that I am today. I consider myself a street healer, which is a word, that come from my brother Joseph. Joseph consider us street healers, you know what I'm saying? Because street healers are people who are literally boots on the ground going into the community to provide platforms or resources that can contribute to one's healing. You know what I'm saying? So whether that's food, whether that's healing, your traumas and finding a new ways to cope, you know, or finding different meditative wellness activities that you can do to help you put in a stronger mindset. All these things are important, you know, to its own degree. And I feel like being in the community, and it's like being in the community encouraged me to go back to the community. You know what I'm saying? So once I got in the community, I wanted to be in the community more. But before that, you know, I was just bouncing around, you know what I'm saying? When I was way younger, I was definitely in the streets, you know, and got locked up when I was young, did my time for that. And, you know, and it's also being locked up. You know, being locked up, you learn about the importance of unity. I learned the importance of unity in the pen, because in the penitentiary, they don't care nothing like you got gangs and you got religious people and you got everybody else in between. And pretty much the people who run the prison system is the inmates. You know what I'm saying? That hierarchy of criminality or hierarchy of felons goes like people in gangs, people in religion, the gays, and then everybody else is in between. Because gays got power in the pen. If you locked up, if you gay in the penitentiary, you in heaven. Real talk. So, and you got power in there. And that's what I started to see. Like, it's a whole different world on the inside. And once I started to see that it don't matter what gang you from on the inside, because even the inside, the gangs on the inside, they got a whole different type of structure, you know, a whole different type of politics that's not relevant out here to the streets. So going through that, you know, understanding the importance of a village and understanding how I want to be supported and what type of people I want to be supported by and what type of people do I want to represent as I represent myself. That came from, you know, making sure that we that came from me practicing circulating the black dollar. That came from me involving myself in collective work and responsibility. That came from me having self-determination, and that came from me wanting to be more creative and live with a purpose, you know. Yeah.
So it's safe to say knowledge is power then? Knowledge,
well, is it safe to say knowledge is power? Man, I don't know if it's safe. Shit, you gotta ask all the ones who gave us knowledge. Who we can't ask no more. You know, that's like that. You better ask what happened to them other security guards. You feel me? So I don't know if knowledge is power. Knowledge is, man, dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge is power. I feel like knowledge is our purpose. You know what I'm saying? And which your purpose is power. I feel like your purpose is power. You know what I'm saying? Because like people can have knowledge and do nothing with it, and people can have knowledge and you got people who got knowledge and they need more knowledge in order to do something. Then you got people who got knowledge and they don't need no more knowledge to get something going. Then you got people who got knowledge and they ready to take the initiative now until they find more knowledge. It's three type of people. And I feel like I'm the type of person where I'm going to take what I can and I'm going to move on until I need more. And when I need more, I'm going to keep moving on. I'm not the type of person I'm going to wait until I got everything together. And I'm not the type of person I'm going to go until just off the humble. I got to have some type of base. So, yeah, man, that's knowledge is important, but I feel like knowledge is, we spoke on that. We spoke on that.
Man, well, I know I just learned a lot, and I know you got a couple more places you want to show us, so man,
wherever you go, silent. Whatever you do, silent. Wherever you go, whatever you do, silent. Wherever you go, silent. Whatever you do, silent. Wherever you go, whatever you do, silent. Wherever you go, silent. Whatever you do, silent. Wherever you go, wherever you do, silent. Wherever you go, silent. Wherever you do, silent. Wherever you go. The Lord is my shepherd, and I am God. To my people we got, it's all in my rock. Stay down. Stay down. If the Lord is my shepherd, and I am God. To my people we got, it's all in my rock. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Whatever you do, solid. Wherever you go, solid. Understand what you attached to and what's the cash till you give your word, you live your truth. Rich Peppy, poor Peppy, Robert Kioski, you. I ain't young guru, but since my goo-goo, I jumped off the porch at 15 and made a boo-boo. My education was conspiracy for the loose screws. Unhealed trauma connected by consequences. Tough times don't last and the real stay with. Boy, the babies will go to school with 22s. Popping bills before home room with orange juice.
said a whole lot in that song. Tell me about it, man. Like, what are you hearing, or what do you feel when you listen to this track back?
Man, bruh. So the whole reason I wrote Solid is because, man, I wrote this song after I came out of jail. I had got out of Sumner County. I'd been in the penitentiary, I'd been in the county, I'd been all that shit, right? The only thing I ain't been is federal penitentiary. Thank God, I don't want to go. And I wrote this song is because I wrote it in the mindset of like when I got out of jail, like I still had like the same ambition to be in the community. Like I still had the same drive to do a block party. It's like no matter if I'm locked up, no matter if I'm out, like no matter what I do, like this is who I am. I'm just solid, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be no real nigga, and I ain't trying to be, cause a real nigga be anything. But I feel like a solid nigga, the nigga who like then took the L's and came back and persevered type shit. Like no matter where I am, no matter what compound I go to, no matter what, bruh, like I'm always my fucking self and I'm always solid. You get what I'm saying? And I wanted to make a song like that because like, man, I come from them days, like a lot of people don't understand, like I come from them days where we was popping X before First Block. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we was like preparing to go on a mission, go on a drill. Like I was that baby, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't the baby who was like, you know, 6 a.m. in the morning, you gotta give them the school bus, you preparing to go to play football. Hell no, like at 6 a.m., we started to get drunk and we looking on who we gonna scam, who we gonna scheme on. Like we woke up on some bullshit. And to now be in a whole different mindset and a whole different environment is such a blessing that I do not take for granted. It just yells out, stay solid. You get what I'm saying? And that's what that song means to me, but at the same time, it's like, to even get to the mindset to write bars like that is a real accomplishment for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because like I didn't start out rapping like that at all.
Was it more of on the negative side of things?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I was a big goddamn it, bro. Whatever. Yeah, hell yeah. I ain't started understanding the importance of my message until I got older. You know what I'm saying? And once I got introduced to a movement called RBG, which is Revolutionary But Gangster, that changed my whole approach to rapping. That changed my whole approach to hip hop. You know, it wasn't just about what I'm saying, but it was about who am I educating and why am I saying it? You know, what am I representing? All those things start to matter. And I feel like that's why I wanted us to listen to this song, because, you know, if anything, when people, you know, leave this interview, or when people, you know, leave this episode, just remember to be solid, bro, and shit gonna work out. No matter where you at, just stay solid. Like, I done been homeless. I done been through every fucking thing, bro, that you can go through. You get what I'm saying? But I'm still here today. And if people was to see me, they wouldn't even think I was in none of that shit. Mm-hmm. And I don't want you to, because I ain't trying to
past that.
I'm not only, I'm past that end, and like, nigga, I'm a square. I'm trying to blend in with the nerds and real shit, bro. Like, I'm really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about nothing else but that.
Coming from where you came from, I would say right now, Square is a good place to be.
Yeah.
Plus it's equal on the outside, so it's a whole nother thing. Man, appreciate that ride, bro. So man, tell where we at right now, man. Tell us where we at right now, bro.
Man, so right now we in one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Nashville. JC Napier, JC Projects on the south side of Nashville.
Okay. So what's your connection to JC?
My connection to JC is mostly communal. I have my own 501c3 nonprofit called Recycle and Reinvest, and we occupy this area with programs and different eco-friendly initiatives that help beautify this community and also create the change that we want to see.
So I know that one of the things that you do out here is an annual block party, right?
Yeah. So
this was the 4th year you've done it?
2022 marked the 5th year, the 5th anniversary of Bang for Liberation. Bang for Liberation is a eco-friendly block party where we bring in different leaders from the community and we honor them for doing their work, as well as bring resources to the community, such as like expungement clinics, where you know expungement clinics, or things like career readiness opportunities for people who are just coming out of prison to get back on their feet And it's a day of just peace and unity and love in the community where kids can come out at the bounce house and enjoy themselves for one day with no violence and just straight up peace. We normally average about majority of the community, but about 100 to 150 people come out.
Yeah.
And man, it's always a success, and it's always beautiful to circulate that black dollar like we was talking about before, but as well as give children opportunity to be creative and be free. I don't think youth get enough opportunities to do that, coming from these environments that they come from, because they're so
limited to it.
Limited, right. That's so, thank you, bro. That's so limited to what they do have access to or what they can see.
Well, let me ask you this. Since you've been doing work within this community, how have you seen it change? Or what changes have you seen?
The changes that I've seen are, one, is participation growth. I feel like the impact that we're going to create, that impact that is truly happening, I don't think I'll live to see that. You get what I'm saying? Because these are kids that we're working with, you know what I'm saying? So, children are going to flourish as the future comes. And I think that it's important, that we provide the structure and the education and the access now, and so the impact can be greater later. But as of right now, what change have I seen? I've seen a greater participation from people in our cleanups. I've seen a strong. This community is very receiving of not only the organization, but just with providing assistance and volunteering or information that we may need, as an outsider, because I'm from East Nashville, you know what I'm saying? So really, I'm an outsider to them, and they welcome us in.
So, with all the positive things that you're doing, I mean, you pretty much could have set up shop anywhere. What made JC be the one?
What made JC be the one?
Yeah.
We started out east with our programming, with Recycle Reinvest, and we're still currently active out east. That's where I'm from. But this community, they personally came from me. Like, people who live in these projects, they came to me, they found me, and they was like, we want what you're doing out east over here in South Nashville.
You're making enough noise to where people are reaching out. And with you making that noise, you're getting a lot of looks from local news stations and publications, like, let's say, the Voyager, for example. Like, I know you had a write-up in the Voyager. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, how important is it for you to be able to control the narrative when these publications are telling the story of Recycle Reinvest?
It's very important to control the narrative, because the work that I'm doing can be easily misinformed and can be easily manipulated by the media and by the press. I not only know what to say to these different publications, but I'm hands-on in how that message is getting out, and I'm also just taking all the steps that I need to protect my brand. I feel like when people aren't, taking the steps to be to control the narrative, I feel like you are like, selling yourself short.
Yeah, kind of asking for it in a sense.
Really asking for it, in a sense. And it's like, man, it's in these times that we in this work that we doing, you have to not only take honor in that, but man, we have to protect it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is our freedom.
And then speaking of protection, bro, like, I understand that Recycle Reinvest actually adopted a street here. Is that correct?
That's very true.
Wow. Like, so number one, let's pull up on it so we can check it out. But number two, what made you come to that decision? Because of course you do the community cleanups, and one would think, okay, well, I'm doing enough, but you took it to a different level with that one. So where'd that come from?
That came from me understanding the importance and the power of my influence, and as well as the importance of collective work and responsibility. The collective work that we do as a unit should never go unnoticed. It should never be should never be like whispered. It should be yelled from nations to communities and beyond about the work that we're doing. And with that, adopting the street, I'm doing it. I'm taking ownership in this street and saying that we are committed to furthering our mission to cultivate the next generation of environmental stewards through art, education, and environmental stewardship. And we're not only saying it, but we're, putting our stamp on it, for now and beyond.
That's fire. That's fire. Well, then we gotta see what this sign looking like, man.
Yeah,
Gotta get some footage, man. So,
and the way this works is, if you choose to adopt a street, you're basically saying that you commit to cleaning up this area at least 4 times out the year. Yeah. And I want to encourage more people to, adopt their own streets and take ownership in their own place where they are. It's important that we increase blacks in green spaces because these issues that we face hit us first. They hit us first, and I feel like we're not communicating that enough, or as much as we should. So that's just one step in doing that as a black man for my community.
Faith, or any strong belief, must remain rooted and supported to kickstart any prosperous effort, thought, or solution. Blessings forward.
Wow. You got a whole street, man.
We did it.
So tell me this: when you look at this sign, man, what are you feeling? What comes to mind? What comes to heart, bro?
Man, jealousy. Hard work. Nah, for real though. What comes to mind is like jealousy, not paying attention to outside talk, hard work, dedication, tunnel vision. When I touch this, I feel tunnel vision. And man, relinquishing self-doubt, embracing self-care, all those things when I feel this, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, people see a sign, but they don't understand the growth as an individual that I went through in order to even have a mindset to apply for something like this. You get what I'm saying? So like, the growth means more to me. And in order to reach this point, I had to overcome all those things in all different levels of capacity. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel a sort of like a sense of responsibility now that this sign is here? Granted, you're doing plenty already, but is there a different level of responsibility now that this sign is here?
It is a greater responsibility because now this is our This is our accountability right here. When people see this and they see recycle and reinvest, they know that, okay, we're going to hold recycle and reinvest accountable for cleaning up this street. You know what I'm saying? We're going to look at recycle and reinvest as the people who we need to learn how to be better environmental stewards. And they also looking at recycle, reinvest as their resource in order to be and live a more sustainable life, I feel like. So yeah, man, all of that. It is a greater responsibility, but it's also, this is a moment to hold me accountable and hold us accountable as a whole tribe, as a whole team.
Now, will this be the last sign, or is there more to come?
It's more to come. It's definitely more to come. We want to have more signs up around the city, and we want to, put our, our flag down. Yeah. This is like putting our flag down, like, hey, we here, and we are standing on our mission. You know what I'm saying? We're not just talking about it, we living about it.
Yeah. And speaking of living, you be giving me some good transitions. Appreciate that. But speaking of living, I understand there's one more place we need to see tonight. It's called the Lighthouse, right?
Facts.
Okay.
The Lighthouse, man. The Lighthouse is where it really all started.
Hey, well, let's go to the beginning. How about that? Man, I'm looking around, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we actually are at the Lighthouse right here. Brother, there's so many things that come to mind when looking around at this place, but why don't you just give us an introduction? Like, what is the Lighthouse? How did that come about?
The Lighthouse is a youth center that is a safe space where youth can come to engage in programs, after school programs, receive free studio time with an engineer, get an opportunity to, get invited to do some work in the garden, or overall a space just to be creative, you know what I'm saying, and safe. The Lighthouse is a youth center that is currently owned by family called From the Heart Education Foundation. Their organization, a family-owned organization called From the Heart Education Foundation. And they opened their doors up to us to have programming and run different initiatives here back in, I say, 2016. And ever since 2016, Recycle and Reinvest has been utilizing this space for our programming and also managing the space to make sure that it is maintained and everything here is intact.
So when you first saw this place, did you already have the idea of the Lifehouse, or was that kind of like, I see it now, I'm inspired?
Yeah, I didn't have the idea in mind. It was more so when I got here, like I said, family was already doing work in the community, and they were doing work with the organization, and I came in assisting my cousin with the free breakfast program that we was doing in the hood. And with the free breakfast program, that really kind of, I would say, gave me the motivation to do something of my own vibe, so my own vibe and whatever that is. And over time, this place right here has went through many changes, and this is where we at right now. And the space that we at right now, like I said, I want kids to come in here and feel inspired. I want them to come in here and feel safe. I want them to come in here and be creative as possible. Yeah. I want you to come in here and understand that your voice is important. It don't matter if, what the question is or what the task is, your voice, your choice is very important. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have that when I was coming up. Yeah. I didn't have options where I could go somewhere to just be myself. If I did have a center, it wasn't like this.
Yeah, like basketball.
It was like basketball, and I didn't grow up with the interest in traditional things. I didn't grow up interested in sports. I didn't grow up interested in wanting to play chess or nothing like that. I grew up, like I said, broke and want to be cool and violent, and get some paper in the mix. You know what I'm saying? And as I grew out of that childish ass mentality, I want to be cool and violent. I more so started to understand that, man, I want to be the best version of myself. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure that I create the opportunities where I can be the best version of myself. Whether that's in the environment, living environment, or work environment.
So would you say that making a decision to better yourself, that's a personal choice you have to make, personal decision?
Yeah, that's a personal decision that I feel like everybody should make for themselves. Because in order to live better, you gotta do better. And before you can do better, you gotta think better. I just had this slogan or this saying. My mama would say, "If you knew better, you do better," right? Right. And I took that element from my mama, what she used to say, and I take that and I spit it back out as, once you improve yourself, you improve others. Improve yourself so you can improve others. So that's just like a mantra that I tell myself, I gotta improve myself to improve others. Yeah.
Man, when you speak, I'm pretty sure you've been told this a lot of different times, but when you speak with leadership. Have you been told that before?
I have never been told I speak with leadership. I just know whatever I say, I don't want you to play with it, and I also want you to understand the sincere place where it's coming from. You get what I'm saying? Because I didn't always speak so carefully or so consciously, you know what I'm saying? Because I never really cared what I was saying. Sometimes I just say whatever I heard on the radio or whatever, but times are different. You know what I'm saying? And everything that I'm doing is very important, and is, I'm in control of my narrative. So I gotta make sure that whatever I say, I can stand on it. And if I'm wrong, I can, be wrong from a space of just simply not knowing, as opposed to ignorance of, arrogance.
I understand that.
Yeah.
So when you say the name Jaffee Judah, you got dope person, first of all. Let's go ahead and say that.
Thank you, sir.
You got a philanthropist / street healer.
Yeah.
You got an artist, music artist.
And the philanthropist and the street healer is really the same thing. Because we was talking about this off camera, and I'm gonna tell them about it. Philanthropist. The root word philo, which is a Greek word, that means love. You get what I'm saying? So it's like whether you call me a street healer, you call me a philanthropist, both is cool because like I do all my work from love. You get what I'm saying? So yeah.
That's what makes it different.
Yeah.
I think that.
And he was saying.
Well, no, I was just saying. Along with all of those things that you are, you also do public speaking too, right?
Facts.
Okay, so who would you say are your music or public speaking influences and why?
Music or public speaking influences?
It'd be one or the other.
My first influence on public speaking is my family.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. You were saying?
You want to do the question over?
Yeah, we should probably do the question.
I'm dead, bro. It's all good. I'm still keeping it going. We're gonna keep this raw shit.
Yeah, shit.
Nah, for real, they get the whole work there.
You know what I'm saying?
Busy man.
All right, quite on set. All right, here we go. All right, 5, 4.
Well, just
Yeah,
you
good.
I turned my phone.
Yeah, let me make sure it don't even happen again.
You should have learned that in elementary school.
Man,
bro.
what?
Like, the fuck?
Alright. Cool.
All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2.
No, what I'm saying is, even with saying you're all those things which you are, you're also a public speaker.
Yeah, facts.
So let me ask you this: who are your public speaking and/or musical influences, and why?
Man, that's a great question. Who are my public speaking influences or music influences and why? I would say my public speaking influence is my uncle, my family. A lot of things that I do right now, I learned from my family, right and wrong. You get what I'm saying? So, and also I ain't never been one of those people who got to go too far outside of my circle to find the best example to do the worst things and the best things. So my uncle Gerald is a public speaker. Just seeing him, my uncle Bobby is a public speaker. Just seeing them, lead prayer. Seeing them like lead conversations in the household when we growing up. It started there. You get what I'm saying? Then as I got older, seeing speakers like Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Umar Johnson, Farrakhan, them different public speakers. They grew my interest. There's this Rob Dow Jr. He's super dope. He has a podcast called the Mindset Mentor, the Mindset Mentor, something like that. It's on Instagram. He's dope as hell. And I say as far as music, as far as musical influences, I would have to say, man, only, it's a few. It's really a few. It's like Dead Presidents is at the top of their list. Yeah. RBG, For Life.
I heard you mention that earlier.
Yeah, man. I feel like they're the hardest, bro. Music influence. Also, I say, Kevin Gates is an influence. I like Kevin Gates. B4L, artists from B4L. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't never had to go too far outside my own. B4L, man, so a lot of them brothers in there is spitting their ass off. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Gates, B4L, RBG. And I would say and my influences didn't change every year. You know what I'm saying? Like every year my influences change or it grows stronger in the ones that it's already in. But hip hop right now is like, it's not even like attractive.
Yeah.
To me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's not even attractive just because of what I'm starting to learn. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing about nothing new. It's just what's already been done. I'm just starting to learn it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like I'm late to the party, and now that I'm late to the party, I don't even want to go to the club no more. It's like, so, but it's a love-hate relationship. As y'all, because they know we played the song early, Solid. You know what I'm saying? But it's a love-hate relationship. I just do it for what I'm here for, straight up. I just do it. You know what I'm saying? When I get bored, I make music. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always a CEO. You know what I mean? I'm always a CEO, and I'm always, focused on the mission. But music, when I get bored, is something I do.
I can understand that. I respect that.
Yeah.
So, is farming also something you do?
Farming, man, farming is not just what I do. Farming is life.
Well, before you go there, congratulations on completing the first harvest of your hydroponics garden.
Thank you, bro.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you, bro.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you, bro.
Go ahead and continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
I'm super proud. Man, I'm super proud of them kids, you know what I'm saying, who came up here to assist and came to support it. I'm super proud of me working with other people. You know, I be celebrating the small shit, bro.
You have
know
to.
What I'm saying? You gotta celebrate the small shit, bro, because like, I'm a very independent, solo-minded individual. You get what I'm saying? I love doing shit by myself, but like, I also love doing shit with a team.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Then when we able to get it done as a team, it's like, damn, that shit was cold. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I know I'm taking an extra step to come outside my comfortability to work with someone. You get what I'm saying? So, man, to see that growth from those plants and to be able to be a part of taking something from a seed to the plate, man, that shit is like indescribable. You know what I'm saying? It's a really, eye-opening experience. And it just like, you know, like I said, growing food is parallel with like living life, man. You get what I'm saying? Because if you ain't got the right nutrients, if you ain't got the right minerals, if you ain't got the right environment, if you ain't got the right exposure to light or knowledge, if you ain't got enough, you know, all these things that come into growing, man, you're not gonna be a strong, nutritious plant. You know what I'm saying? That's nourishing to the world. You're not gonna be a strong, reliant individual. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, useful to society. You know what I'm saying? So, man, farming and growing food and just living life, there's so many parallels that I'm learning, bro. And it's just like mind blowing for real. Yeah.
That is, bro. Yeah, my mind is definitely blown. Now I never put those two together. Together, but I can see. So, what did you actually grow?
Man, we ended up growing 3 different plants. We grew green star lettuce, we grew basil, and we grew romaine lettuce. Them were the first 3 starters. And we produced about 144 plants. I don't know how many of them plants, you know, had to go to compost, because everything about gardening, big up to Sizway. Sizway taught me that, you know, nothing is wasteful.
In a garden.
Nothing is wasteful. Everything just has different places. So, you know, there's no such thing as like bad food. It's called compost. You get what I'm saying? Okay. There's no such thing as a bad plant. It's compost. You get what I'm saying? So some things you can eat and some things you don't. You put it back to the earth. You get what I'm saying? You put it back into the earth and to grow more plants. So nothing is wasteful. And I think we should take that same principle with life. Like, nobody is useless. Nobody is wasteful. Like, nobody is like, everybody got a purpose. Everybody is useful. Everybody is important. You get what I'm saying? But like, how you carve that out is up to each individual though. You get what I'm saying? How you carve out your importance, how you carve out your value in this world is up to each individual. But like I said, it's so many parallels, man.
No lie.
And the vegetables were good.
On top of that,
the vegetables was good. You know, this is I'm a hydroponic grower myself. You feel me? So I'm not using the soil-based method like our ancestors or like most traditional people use. I wanted to, you know, step into the future, and I wanted to learn how to do hydroponics and like take it to the next step. And like I said, so far it's been going great. It's a new growth cycle every 30 days, and we produce 144 plants. And my next step is getting my farmer's license so I can sell. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna piece it out and I'm gonna sell it one by one. And you feel me, man, bro? It's gonna be
farmer's market right here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're gonna piece it out and have a farmer's market right here.
I heard that.
Yeah,
you got the space for it. Like,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man,
open up shop.
Why not?
Yeah, man.
So let's move on to another segment of the show. This one is called Follow My Lead, right?
Follow My Lead. Now, how this go?
So what it is I'm gonna say 5 different words.
Okay.
And in reply, you give me the 5 words that come to your mind. So one behind the other.
All right. Can we do an example?
Yeah.
All
right. Treasure.
Hold on. Is this like points or something?
No points.
Oh, okay.
Just to, you know, learn more about Jaffee Judah.
Got you.
So let's start with family.
Okay. And what I do?
Oh, my bad.
No, we do an example.
Yeah, you're right. I messed up on that one. So it would be like family, children, or dog, cat.
So when you say a word, I gotta say what first come to mind?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's run it.
All right. Power.
Power. Unity.
Relationship.
Relationship. Essential.
Purpose.
Purpose. Man, I want to dang. The first word that came to my mind was plentiful. I don't know why though. That's the first word that came to my mind.
Spelled to grow and be plentiful, right?
Yeah, but I feel like if you live in your purpose right, you're gonna have abundance. You know what I'm saying? Because like, man, bro, since I've been living in my purpose, bro. Like I said, I done had so many chaotic experiences so quickly, back to back. I have no issues or problems in this world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing that like really get me out my element unless it's affecting my health, my freedom, or my family. If it ain't affecting none of that shit, I literally do not give a fuck. I swear to God, bro, it's like something could happen. I literally do not give a fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it is not within that confines. Like, but like life is like so easy.
It's a game.
Life is so easy, bro. Because like most of our issues that we be having be about this amount of money. Bro, once you start getting some money, you be like, I got in trouble. Bro, it be little shit. And it's like,
yo,
if you really think about it, and when people, you know, if you really think about life, and if you think about what's the worst that could really happen, the worst has never happened. Every day, I, you know what I'm saying? No matter what you've been through, and people be like, man, this could have happened, that, it didn't. It didn't. I live in reality, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I live right now, and I'm present. I'm present.
That's huge. Being present is huge.
I'm present, so I'm not living fearful. I'm not living stutter still. I'm not living guessing. Like, man, bro, I have been through that shit. You feel me? And I'm at the point where, man, fuck it. This is it. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, bro. And every day I wake up with a purpose, bro. Like, for real. Like, if I tell you I love you and I love you, I mean that shit. Like, you know, like, I'm man, bro. Life is like very doable once you get in your alignment and you find your rhythm and you create your environment that is adding to your best self. You got what I'm saying? For real, bro. For real. Shit ain't been peaches and cream, but I'm saying I've been able to manage, bro. You know what I'm saying? Been able to manage, maintain, and balance. And that's all it's about. Manage and maintain and balance, bro. For me.
And I would say you're doing a good job, because the crazy thing about what just happened here is my last two words were tribulation.
Tribulation. So first word coming to tribulation is
you already answered it.
Bad.
You told me exactly what you would do in those times.
Facts.
And then the last one was alignment. And you also just were detailed about that. So
that
shit is cold.
You hear me, bro? You feel me?
That shit is cold. That's wild, man. Well, man, John, to be honest with you, bro, learned a lot about you today. Learned a lot about your past, you know what I'm saying, your present, most importantly, your future. Recycle, reinvest. Tell the people some of the things you got coming up, new music, new events, things like that.
Solid business, man. I appreciate this opportunity. Man, it's an honor. It's a privilege. Man, bruh, what's coming up right now this whole year, we got a lot going on. And starting off in the first quarter, I want y'all to catch us at love your black woman. That's why I got my black woman with me right now. You dig what I'm saying? Love your black woman. Tickets on sale for every show. We got a show in March, we got a show in June, we got a date in September, we got a date in December. Go get your tickets now, it's only a few left. And after you get your tickets for that, man, be prepared to catch us in the hood, catch us in the community. We're gonna be, hosting our community cleanups. We do those every month, and our programs will be active. And if you can't catch us in the community, man, stay tuned to some new music coming out. We got new music rolling out, and if you don't too much into the hip hop, that's okay, because I got 2 books coming out. So I want you to make sure you stay tuned to the 2 books coming out. The first book is already out. It's called Black Blood Volume 1, From Prison to Prayer Through Poetry. Go get my first book, and then you'll be ready for the next 2 books. My other book is gonna be a fiction novel. It's not my story. It's not, not my story, but it is based on true events. And then the other book gonna be a children's story. I always make sure, I always try to make sure that I stay close to the future. And that book is gonna be called Earth Day in the Hood. So I want to encourage more kids to embrace sustainability, because like I said, I feel like although we are not always the face of those issues, they impact us directly. So go check out my website at www.rossjaffeejudah.com for all merch, all books, all music, and all opportunities to get back in the community, be boots on the ground. Much love.
Hey. As you see, the man has a lot going on, so make sure you look him up. Everything.
Thank y'all for your support.
Oh yeah, always. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mr.Adamsbtw. That's Jaffee Judah. That's his queen. Appreciate y'all riding with us.
Blessings forward.
I had dreams of conversations united by liberation. Too many lives lost over money and game banking. It started with 3 colors.